Question number 7. In the diagram, AB is parallel to D. So AB and D are parallel. We have ABC as 114 and CDE as 143. Find the angle BCD. So the first thing we can do is we can draw a line where they intersect, a horizontal line, to understand the angles in this region. So let's do that. Okay, so that's it. And then we have, so basically this line is also parallel to these three lines. So we have to use the rule that we have, which says if I have two lines which are parallel to each other, and if they are joined by a line in between, then the angle here will be the angle here. Or if the line was this way, and the angle here will be the angle here. Okay, so look at those pictures. We have to continue these two lines, so I can have this comparison. So this goes straight, and this goes straight as well. Okay, so we have the Z shape here, so which means this one will be equal to this one, and this shape will equal to this shape, right? So what is this angle? This angle will be 180 minus 114, which is what? So 7, 10 will be 6, 66. So this will be 66. And the one on top will be what? 180 minus 143. That will be 7, 10, 7, 3, 37. So this one will be 37. And this one will be 37 as well. So the sum of this big angle is 180. So what is the size of this angle? Okay, so since we know these two angles, 66 and 37, we need to find this angle X. So how do you find this angle? We have to take 180 minus 37. That will be 143. So 143 minus 66 will give us the answer. That will be 77 degrees for angle BCD. So your answer will be 77 for this angle. Question number 8, part A. A car travels at 84 kilometers per hour. Calculate the number of meters that the car travels in 1 minute. So we are given that the car travels 84 km in 1 hour, which is equal to 84,000 meters in 60 minutes. So in 60 minutes, he travels 84,000. So in 1 minute, he travels 84,000 divided by 60. That will be divided by 6, 1, 2, 4, 0, 0. So it will talk about 1,400 meters in 1 minute. That's your answer for part A. Okay, now moving on to part B. A runner completes a race in 12.3 seconds. Correct the nearest tenth. So tenth is this of a second. What is the lower bound for the runner's time? So 12.3. So that's the range. So that will be 12.35 and 12.25. Lower bound will be this one. 12.25 will be the lower bound. Question number 9. We have a bag contains red and blue pegs. Okay, so there are 40 pegs in the bag. That is a total number of pegs. Now the probability of choosing a red peg from the bag is 0.4. So this is given to us, and this is given to us. Work out the number of red pegs in the bag. So we know that the chance of choosing a red peg is 0.4. So how do you find this? We take the number of red peg. Let's call the number of red peg. So number of red peg, call it R. So we take R over the total number of pegs, which is 40, equal to 0.4. So R is what? R is 0.4 times 40. That will be, so we do, so 40, that moves 1, 0, 16. So number of red pegs is 16 in the bag at the beginning. So now moving on to part B, it says more red pegs are added to the bag. So we have more red pegs now. So work out the number of red pegs that must be added to the bag, so the chance of choosing blue is 0.2. So at first we had 40 as a total. There was 16 red, and there was, so 40 minus 16 is 24 blue, right? So now we have to find, so we are given that the chances of choosing a blue is 0.2. So we know that the blue is the same. So blue is 24 over n, which we don't know anymore because we have added some new pegs, red pegs, is equal to 0.2. So how do you find n? N will be, so we cross multiply, so n will be 24 divided by 0.2. If we divide by 2, that will be what? That will be 12, that will be 0.1, and that will become 120. So that's the total number of pegs that we have. So we have 120 minus 24 blue peg, that is what? So 1, 10, that will be 6. 11 minus 2 is 9. This is the number of red pegs. So initially we had 16 pegs, so minus 16, we will have 80 red pegs that was added. So your answer will be 80. For the number of red pegs that must be added will be 80. So question number 10, part A, write 248.367 correct to 2 decimal place. Okay, so to 2 decimal place, that will be 248 point. So let's write down the number again, 67. So this is 3 decimal place. So we ask ourselves if this number is bigger than 5. If it is, then we have to round up on this number. So it will become 248 plus 3, 7. So your answer will be 248.37 for 2 decimal place. Now, write the same number correct to 2 significant figures. So we have 248.367. So to 2 significant figures, we have to look at the third number and ask ourselves if it is bigger or equal to 5. The answer is yes. So we have to round up the number. So it will become 25, 0. So the 2 significant figures, it will be 25 and then 0. So 250 will be the answer for 2 significant figures. So now we have to estimate, correct to the nearest whole number, the value of this and this. So since we're using estimation, we can just rewrite the number inside as we know. So it's only estimated, it is not the correct answer. So we have to the right to change the numbers in inside the cube roots to make it a cube number. So we have 3.68. So what is the closest cube number to 3.68? We know that 9 is 3 power 2, right? So that's the first number. And then we know that on this side we have 64, closest to this number, which will be what? Which is 8 power 2, or you can have 4 power 3. Okay, let's try that. So now let's replace it back in the... Okay, so this is not a cube number, so I made a mistake. So I'll have to choose a cube number. So that's a square number, right? So what is the closest cube number closest to 8.36? It will be 2 power 3. So that's the closest cube number because 2 power 3 is 8. So replace back in the equation, we have cube root of 2 power 3 plus cube root of 4 power 3. It will be 2 plus 4. That will be 6. Your answer is 6. Question number 11. Solve the simultaneous equation. So we have 2x plus 3y equal to 5. Now we have 3x minus y equal to minus 9. So equation number 1 and equation number 2. So I will first go to equation number 2 and make y the subject. So here we have 3x minus y equal to minus 9. So we bring y here and we bring this number here. So y is equal to 3x plus 9. So that's y. So now we replace this y in the first equation. So first equation we have what? We have 2x plus 3y. Y is 3x plus 9 equal to 5. So now we just have to expand the brackets. So 3 times 3 is 9x plus 3 times 9 is 27 equal to 5. 2 plus 9 is 11x equal to 5 minus 27. So 11x is minus 22. X is minus 22 divided by 11. It's minus 2. So now we replace x in this equation to find y. So y is equal to 3x, which is minus 2, plus 9. So minus 6 plus 9 is 3. So your answer is x is equal to minus 2 and y is equal to 3. Question number 12. The ages of guests at a family party were recorded. The results are summarized in the table as follows. So we have ages from 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 50. And the frequency was P1814Q. Okay, so the histogram below shows some of these results. So for this histogram, we have frequency density and ages. So when we see that, the first thing we have to do is we have to write down the range. Let's have a new line called range and find the range. So 10 minus 5 is 5, 20 minus 10 is 10, 30 minus 20 is 10, and 50 minus 30 is 20. Okay, so that's the range. And then we have to find the frequency density. So what is the frequency density? So frequency density is equal to the frequency divided by range. Okay, so for this one it will be frequency is P divided by 5. So 18 divided by 10 will be 1.8. 14 divided by 10 will be 1.4, and this one will be Q divided by 20. That's the frequency density. Okay, so question number 1 is use the histogram to find the value of P and the value of Q. So for the value of P, we can see that P is a range between 5 and 10. So we go on the graph, we see this is 5 and this is 10, and the value is 1. So the frequency density is 1. Okay, so we see that from this calculation, the frequency density is P over 5. So we just have to solve the equation. So P over 5 equal to 1, thus P equal to 5. So that's the first answer. Now we go to part 2, which is finding the value of Q. The frequency density of Q of this section, which is 30 to 50, is Q over 20. And on the graph, 30 to 50, the value is So that will be 0.9.8, so 0.8. So frequency density is Q over 20 equal to 0.8. So what is the value of Q? Q will be 20 times 0.8. That will give us 2 times 8 is 16, 1.6. No. Oh yeah, 16, right. 16. That will be the answer. Q will be 16. And the last part is complete the histogram. So one part is missing, 20 to 30. So we go to the table. 20 to 30 has frequency density 1.4. So 1.4 as well. So this is 1, 1.5. 1.4 is here. Just have to join the lines to complete the histogram for the information. That's it. Here we have the histogram and the value of P and Q. So the main point here is know how to find the frequency density and write down your range so you know these values, and then it is very easy to find them on the graph and complete the histogram. Question number 13, we have to evaluate 3 over 5 minus 1 over 8. So let's find a common denominator. So we take these two numbers, 5 times 8, and then we cross multiply. So 3 times 8 minus 1 times 5. Simplify, so 3 times 8 is 24, minus 1 times 5 is 5 over 5 times 8 is 40. So 24 minus 5 is 19 over 40, and that is your answer, 19 over 40. Now part B, we have A times 3 over 7 equal to 2 over 5. Find the value of A. So A times 3 over 7 equal to 2 over 5. So thus, from this we get A is equal to 2 over 5 divided by 3 over 7. We just send this one down, okay? Which is equal to 2 over 5 multiply, we have to flip this side, which is 7 over 3, which will become 2 times 7 is 14, 5 times 3 is 15, and that is your answer for A. So now moving on to part C. Find the fraction that lies exactly halfway between those two. So we first need to add those two fractions. So 5 over 8 plus 2 over 3. So we have to find a common denominator. So we have to take 8 times 3. And then we cross multiply. So 3 times 5 is 15. Plus 2 times 8 is 16. 15 plus 16 is what? It's 31 over 24. And then halfway, divide by 2, we will have 31 divided by 48. And that is your answer, 31 divide 48. Question number 14. Write this number in Stellar form. So let's count. So 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal place. We have to move to the right. So it will become 1.86 times 10 to the power of minus 4. So now part B, we have S is equal to 1.3 times 10 to the power of 7, and T is equal to 8 times 10 to the power of 8. Giving each answer in standard form. Find T square. T square is 8 times 10 power of 8 square. So it will be 8 square times 10 power of 8 times 2. That will become 64 times 10 to the power of 16. 6.4 times 10 to the power of 17. That will be your answer for in standard form. Okay, now we have to do subtraction. T minus S. T is 8 times 10 to the power of 8 minus 1.3 times 10 to the power of 7. So since the powers are different on the 10th, we cannot subtract. We have to first convert the powers to the same. So we can convert this one. We take 10 off to 8. So that will become 80 times 10 to the power of 7 minus 1.3 times 10 to the power of 7. So now we can subtract because the powers are the same. So what is 80 minus 1.3? That will be 7, 9, 10. 7, 9 minus 1 will be 8, and that will be 7. So that will be 78.7 times 10 to the power of 7. So now in standard form, that will be 7.87 times 10 to the power of 8.